I am honored to be here and to stand in solidarity with our colleagues in the People's Front for Freedom and to stand boldly as Uganda People's Congress and to make it clear that us in the Uganda People's Congress are standing on the side of justice, on the side of truth, and on the side of politics, which is free. We talk about East African integration. I think the president has been so much on East African integration and the need for these East African countries to come together. Now we have an opportunity to demonstrate where you have a long-standing professional in both politics, in legal matters, and across East Africa is coming to represent a Ugandan who is innocent until proven guilty. This professional comes and lands in Uganda, and because somebody feels that this person does not need representation or this person should not come to Uganda, us as Ugandans face the embarrassment of deporting a great international jurist or a great international figure who has stood on the side of justice for a lifetime. This is the future which Uganda has. We're making news for the wrong reason. We talk about integration, but we're trying to disintegrate even our own country. We're disintegrating our own politics. This is not the Uganda we aspire for. This is not the Uganda which we live for. Ugandans must work for Uganda. Our politics must be free. We cannot be having our leaders in jail, and we're here speaking to the media time and time again, yet the thing continues to repeat itself. We cannot, as Ugandans, we cannot continue in this direction. And those in authority need to act. Uganda should not be a laughingstock of all the nations. Our politics should not be a laughingstock. Let us be honest with one another. Let us be free with one another. Let us be empathetic to one another. Uganda is bigger than all of us. We all have our different views or different positions. But we should be able to do our politics openly in Uganda. So as UPC, we are going to continue to push for the politics. We're going to continue to push for the freedom. We're going to continue to speak even when we're told that this is not the right thing to say. It has to be said. What we have is a capture of an office which is being abused. We have a capture of a government which is being abused. I even have sympathy at some stage to the judiciary. How do you dispense justice under threat? But this country must work. So as politicians and as a political player, I will do everything in my power to see that this happens. I'll stand together with my colleagues and we will fight this matter until in the end the people of Uganda are free and are able to practice their politics without interference. Until that day comes, let us remain firm. Let us speak the truth to power. I thank you all.
My name is Saddam Gaira, Chairman, People's Progressive Party. I'm just amplifying what my colleagues have just said. For those of us who have been here for some time, I was here during Amini's regime. I was here during Oboteto's regime. I was young during Obote One's regime. What I have observed is that the ugly head of our bad history, the ugly evil of our bad history is rearing its head. When you see what is going on today, when Parliament is being attacked, when judiciary is being attacked, when the executive is captured by one individual, you realize that the country is destined to a stateless country. It is very, very unfortunate. What is going on today is not about denying Dr. Kizza Besigye or Lukwago Elias a bail. What is going on today is to silence all the voices that should have come out to speak. And a few years from now, nobody is going to be holding a press conference like this if this one continues. But my strong question to the government, to those in government, is that the moment people keep quiet, the moment people fail to vent, when they vent out, nobody is going to survive. They will not have control on what is going to happen when people who have kept silent for some time, decide to now go and express their views after they have kept quiet for a long time. What happened in Sudan is the same as what is happening today. There was a time when in Sudan you could not speak as a politician, and they think they will succeed in silencing us. But the moment we shall react, the moment the country shall react, this country shall sink into anarchy. And that is what we are trying to avoid. So what they are doing is not only to deny Dr. Kizza Besigye, is not to incarcerate the NOP supporters, but they are trying to silence the whole country so that by the time Hosi comes, nobody shall have the guts to speak out. That is very dangerous for a community. The moment they realize that, what they do, nobody can confront it. So I'm just, amplifying, I'm just echoing what my colleagues have said to caution, more especially General Muhoozi, that he cannot do what he's doing and succeeds. He cannot succeed it with Ugandans. It cannot even succeed anywhere else in the world. History has said it, and it cannot change. Thank you very much.
The members of the Fourth Estate, we are proud of you, and thank you very much for coming to us. We would apologize, but it was something that we are synthesizing for you to take accurate information from us. There are very many things happening, but we want to address the issue of the deportation of an important and an international figure, a lawyer, an international practitioner of law, leader of a political party in Kenya, former presidential candidate, Martha Karua. That happened yesterday at Entebbe International Airport. We are here as members of the opposition fraternity, and together is the president of PPP, Honorable Saddam Gaira, the president of the Uganda People's Congress, Honorable Akena, Jimmy, and then Mr. Amuriat, who is the Eastern Regional Vice President of the Democratic Front. Other members of the opposition fraternity will join us, but this is the statement that we are issuing jointly, and I will read it verbatim so that the rest can add on. We strongly condemn, you can stay around, we strongly condemn the arrests and deportation of Senior Counsel Martha Karua at Entebbe International Airport yesterday. Counsel Karua is the lead counsel for the leader of the People's Front for Freedom, Dr. Kizza Besigye, and Obedi Rutale's case. She traveled to Uganda to stand in solidarity with her deputy lead counsel, Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, who is the president of this party, who was recently abducted by the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Mr. Lukwago was later dumped at Chirad Division Police Station, and to date has been denied bail by a compromised judiciary despite his documented health challenges. Instead of being allowed to execute her professional mandate, Counsel Karua was declared persona non grata. State agencies seized her phones and forcibly removed her from the country. This action is extremely shameful, and it's a contradiction for a government that publicly champions the East African community while simultaneously closing its borders to a senior legal practitioner from a sister state. It is also a direct attempt to collapse and intimidate the legal defense team representing Dr. Besigye. We demand the following: an immediate reversal of the declaration of Senior Counsel Martha Karua persona non grata. We all know how some such declarations are made, and they are not made by the CDF, because it came from the CDF, the Chief of Defense Forces, Oscar Inerugaba, that Martha Karua will not be allowed into this country. We don't know when the CDF has ever got the mandate, the legal mandate, to influence the state this way. And when we had it, we thought it was a joke because it is illegal. But when it came to pass, then it is the CDF who must have masterminded it. The immigration officials should know that it is a process to declare an individual a persona non grata in one state. And therefore carrying out an illegal command from the CDF is also illegal in itself. So our demand is that government should make an immediate reversal of this, because it's going to embarrass Uganda in the context of the East African community. We all know that her property was seized, especially her communication gadgets. And it is unknown what they did to those communication gadgets, as you know. She could have left them with them purposefully, because you cannot know what they did to their communication gadgets. Maybe they want to frame her as well, to include her on the file, on the treason file they are charging Dr. Besigye as well. Because they have no reason to declare an international law practitioner of that personality a persona non grata. No way. It's a very big embarrassment to the NRM government. It's a big embarrassment to Uganda. Ugandans, we are so ashamed that we are led by a cabal, a people that cannot understand the ramification of such declaration in the East African community or even globally. We demand an end to judicial and security interference with the right of Dr. Besigye and all accused persons to legal representation of their choice. We all have to make our own choices, and the state cannot stop me from choosing whoever legal counsel is going to represent me. You cannot direct anybody to represent anybody. It is their choice, and you have got the freedom to that choice. So for Dr. Besigye to choose Martha Karua to represent him as lead counsel, and Elias Lukwago as the deputy lead counsel, it is his choice. And we shall discuss their intentions in just in a moment. We would believe that Uganda should be committed to the rule of law, the regional integration, and the legal profession must be more than a rhetoric. Targeting lawyers and undermining the justice system should not be allowed, and everybody must stand up to this and fight it actively. Finally, we want to alert this country that there is a legal process through which the NRM government and the PLU would want to go through in order not to incarcerate Dr. Besigye and Obedi Lutale. Actually, they want to kill them. And that was made expressly clear by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, son of the President and Commander and CDF, Chief of Defense Forces. She has repeated it severally. Instead of putting Dr. Besigye to a firing squad, they want to go through some kind of a legal process, which they intimidate. They don't want even to face the law when they commit any legal problem to themselves. That is why they had to abduct Lukwago from his home. That is why they are annexing him to a file he's representing in the courts of law. That is why they are now deporting the lead counsel to this case, because they don't want any kind of delay in taking Dr. Kizza Besigye to a firing squad or to hang him by the neck until he dies. That's what their interest is. So when you see Martha Karua being deported, it's not about her being a persona non grata per se, because she has done no crime in East Africa, and she's a person of good reputation globally. You can go and Google about her. But the most important thing, the gist of the matter here, is how do we get rid of Dr. Besigye and Obed Rutale, who we have incarcerated all this time, quickly, without legal representation. That is what they want to do. And we want to alert this country, should we allow these kind of things to continue to happen? Then they do it to Besigye, the rest who shall not know that they have killed you, they will have killed you without anybody's notice. So we must cry out, we must speak out loud and clear, and from time to time, and campaign on it until they drop their bloodthirst against humanity in Uganda. I don't know where they get the vendetta against humanity. So we are warning the state that we are well aware what they want to do. They can take Elias Lukwago to prison to prevent Dr. Besigye from being represented. They can return Martha Karua, but we are seeing where they are going. They are politically persecuting all of us. And the fastest person to be, they want to sacrifice is Dr. Besigye, Obed Rutale, and others at large. And we shall not keep quiet. We shall never keep quiet when these things are happening. And we want to rally everybody, all people of goodwill, people who know Uganda should work for all of us, to come out and speak out.
Matters we have kept talking for years, but it appears that there is adamancy in as far as a commitment to the rule of law is concerned. I talked about it last time, is that it is now clear that our democracy is under attack. It is now clear that the rule of law is under attack. What General Kainerugaba is doing is to capture the state, using the state apparatus to be able to do things that he wants to do. If you do not want us to have a democracy, be clear about it. But do not waste our time by thinking that we would hoodwink us that we have a democracy in this country. What has just happened to use the Minister of Foreign Affairs to deny Counsel Martha Karua an opportunity to represent her client by using the state apparatus is illegal in itself. It should not happen in the 21st century. That as we are talking of the East African Federation, we can't even allow movement of professionals. We can't allow lawyers to move across the East African community. What happens to our lawyers going into other spaces, into Kenya, into Tanzania? Do they reciprocate? Should Kenya reciprocate? That we also do not want your lawyers to come to Kenya? It's unfortunate. The abuse of human rights in this country is taking a new toll. And we are demanding that our countrymen, you begin to listen. On one end, the same general is appointing leaders of parliament as members of an outfit, a PLO outfit. On one end, he's saying he wants to appoint a leader of opposition. What will happen now is that he will go ahead to appoint bishops, to appoint cultural leaders, because we are allowing a precedence to be set. As political actors, we condemn the use of state apparatus. And we want the Electoral Commission to come out clearly. When did they register PLOU? Because now it seems it is taking what we are supposed to do as political parties. So not to kill the matter, but as a party, we demand that the rule of law is reinstated in this country and allow, like my senior colleague has said, that we must allow people to continue to do their work wherever they're supposed to do in this country. And then finally, this is a clear attempt to deny justice to Dr. Kizza Besigye and others. When you deny representation, then you are denying them an opportunity to justice. This is a very clear, and it's a component of the rule of law. It's an indices we use to measure democracy in this country. So when you deny that opportunity, then there's a problem. But also, to speak to whatever is happening, I don't know why the judiciary is dilly-dallying. Is our judiciary under capture? That you cannot deliver a bail application to Salong areas, Lukwago, and you are dilly-dallying. It's about 24 hours now. Nothing is happening. So for us, we are here standing with everybody, standing in solidarity with other Ugandans. We are just representing Ugandans out there, and we'd like to make sure that we have a better country where we enjoy dignity, enjoy human rights, and do not go through what we are going through today. So, in summary, we condemn the denial of Council Martha Karua to enter into Uganda to do her legal duties.
Nkoko okutegeera nti si muliro wabula luwonzi n'okunnyogoga lukola ki lunnyogoga. N'olwekyo twagala okukowoola abantu bonna balina amaloboozi. Kino ekyakoleddwa kyatuswazizza buli omu agenda okutwavolinga okuva wano genda Kenya oba Tanzania oba Rwanda bajja kututunuulira bubi. Era nga nawe bw'onootunuulira munna South Africa atulugunya abantu abaagala bamuke South Africa, nawe era ojja kumutunuulira bubi nti ewa mmwe mutulugunya abantu. Naye era twagala okutegeeza abantu bonna mu East Africa abawulira olulimi Oluganda gye bali n'abawulidde Oluzungu gye bali, bino mu byeyambulule si byammwe, bikwata ku bantu batono nnyo omuli Mwami Museveni, mutabani we CDF n'abantu abalala batonotono be balagira. Naye nga era twagala okubakowoola abantu babeere nga bayimirirawo baatule ebyo ebibateekebwako obuteekebwa era babyegaane. Mwebale nnyo bannamawulire okujja wano, mwebale okugumiikiriza ekirutulwisizza. Tubadde tukyayita mu biwandiiko bino nga twagala okubawa ebiyidde so si ebitayidde. Omukama abakuume. Ayi Katonda kumasaba Kabaka.